Welcome, guys. A couple things just before we start. I will be recording this, so I'd encourage you to take notes just for your own sake. But you can also take notes later, but some people would rather do it once rather than twice. I put together today more of a presentation / an interactive session for all of us. So not just for myself to teach you guys things, but more for you to kind of think about what training means to you, what clients mean to you, but also what this whole experience called maybe giving or taking or going through training, massage or nutrition or teaching classes or whatever, but going through it on a daily basis, whatever that means to you, and how we can learn from it. So today's presentation is called Mission Critical: Who we are, what we do, and how we do it. So I put down two different things. One, I think, and maybe you guys want to elaborate on this, but I put value providers. We provide a lot. And one of the things I like to say is that we get paid a lot less than we're worth, but that's just kind of the norm. That's if we are truly life changers and somebody's on this path and all of a sudden they go this path, then we are truly changing somebody's life. And it's very difficult to put a price tag on that. So oftentimes we are underpaid. But with that, there's always a chip on your shoulder to drive value and to continually drive value, to continually provide both for your clients, but subsequently for yourself. Because if you're able to provide more for your clients, usually that pay rate for you also goes up, okay? One of my quotes that I learned from Ramit Sethi, from I Will Teach You to Be Rich, is better free stuff than others paid. So the reason that I put out a lot of content and you're always like, well, wow, you do a lot of exercises or infographics, but the reason is because these are the exact questions that people ask. So I would rather give the stuff that is so valuable that it's going to be so worthy and it's just going to help somebody instead of just them Googling it, they know where to go. So being that consistent source of information that they can trust and they don't have to pay for, at least the starting phases, moves us up to a higher level of coaching when we get to that level of coaching. And I'll explain what I mean by that. In terms of value providers, the second thing that we are able to do is to give them either A, homework, or B, and to support them with that, like, Kev, so, in the other 6-7 hours a day that you're not training, what do you think you can improve upon? Like, what do you spend your time doing? Asking those questions while you're with the session to find out how many hours they're sleeping, what else they might have a nutrition hang up on. I was speaking to Kev yesterday about one of our clients who she was saying how she'd like to lose 5 to 10 pounds. And I said, okay, so despite the fact that you set the world's record for the lowest amount of sleep in the last quarter, what else would you like to do? She said, drink more wine. But the focus was all about her weight loss, but she knew in her heart that she wasn't sleeping, and yet she still wanted to drink more wine. So reversing all this and asking about what the client wants from a workout is secondary to how can we help them. Maybe it's just accountability, right? But that's that next level of coaching. And that's why I say homework is important, because listen, I'm going to tell somebody to think about their sleep first before they go thinking about what supplements they should take, right? It's kind of simple. Like, what supplements do I need to take? You need to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Before you start thinking about whey or a multivitamin or fish oil, if you're not sleeping 7 to 8 hours, we have a problem, right? The other thing about that, in terms of a value provider, is, again, that social media concept. So we can consistently provide support and motivation. Some people are like eternally motivated by seeing somebody else do something. Mr. Kelly is a good example. Uptown, he sees somebody else doing something, he's like, I want to do that. We have a couple people here who are like, what are they doing? So there's two ways of looking at it. One, they're going to be motivated to do what they cannot. The other is, I could never do that. So motivating and figuring out how to get that person to show them from where they started to where they are, that's part of social media as well. This is a question for you guys. Content providers, whether you're consuming and learning from, or whether you're just consuming, who do you think out there, I'm going to take notes too, who do you think out there are the best content providers? Who produces the best content? It could be from a fitness standpoint. It could be, give you an example, it could be Tony Robbins. You're like, every time I see Tony Robbins, my blood pressure and my heart rate goes up 2 beats and 20 millibars. Tony Robbins is producing the best content. So who in your mind?
Let's say Gary Vee, he's all over the place.
Okay, so why do you think he produces the best content?
Because he's on fucking my phone every 2 seconds.
Luis.
Sorry, he's on my phone every 2 seconds.
So he's consistent.
Yeah.
So he's consistently delivering a different message, because it's usually just, maybe his message is consistency, but so you see him everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else? Who else do you like, wow, that person just crushes content, or they do a really good job of? Who else?
Jordan Satin is around. He's been.
How do you say his last name?
Say whatever.
Who else? Anybody else?
Will Star Hip Hop.
I don't even know who that is. Should I know who
I
that
had
is?
to throw that in there. I gotta try to get people to laugh.
Coach Kevin Deneen.
Ooh, good one. Good one. You have some brown stuff right here. Oh, that's it.
I know.
But who else? Who else are you like? Every time that you get an email from them, and it could be a company too, by the way. It could be Delta. But I'm just curious, what business or brand are you consuming content from? It could be a commercial. Like, wow, these guys always have good commercials. I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, so I think it was like 7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. Every Bud Light commercial would start with, "Hey Kev, what's up? What's up?" Anybody remember that?
Of course, yeah.
How long did that last? Like 6 to 12 months, where Kevin and all his bros at college would be like, "What's up?" all day, every day. And now, what is it? Who knows?
Dilly.
Bree knows. Dilly dilly.
Dilly.
See? Dilly dilly. And if not, then you're banished to the dungeon. But the point is that Bud Light consistently finds a way to get into the consumer's heads. So for me, I'm watching Bud Light not because of Bud Light, but because of their consistency in delivering, whether it's a stupid lizard, and then they have the one iguana over here, and then, the sticking the tongue out, right? Remember those iguanas that used to sit on the branch? They used to sell collectibles. Bud Light is not in the business of selling collectibles. They sold collectibles. I think $8 million in collectibles in 1 year. Like, wait, what? So that's what the question I'm asking is, from a consumer standpoint, what brand are you influenced by? And it could be Evo Hemp. You want to buy their hemp seeds, like Brie. It could be, but it could be a lot of things. Go B.
Well, just in terms of something that always grabs my attention is like Geico commercial. Geico.
Okay.
They have like the funniest commercials.
Right. And they're usually slow and subtle, but they get you.
Right.
That lady who sits in gum, man, that laugh.
Domino's has been pretty amazing lately.
Yeah? Their pizza or their content?
Everything.
Okay.
They're not only a pizza company anymore,
Right.
and they have great commercials.
Okay. All right, good.
Um,
I feel like Discover Card.
They sell everything.
All right. So
you know content I get emails of that I don't delete is what's the name of that company? Not Exam.
on it.
Not on it. I can't even remember.
It'll come to you.
Yeah, I just lost it.
And my question about that for you guys is if you are consuming, right? Because you're on your phone, you're watching Instagram, you're on Facebook or Snapchat. What brand do you stop for when you're scrolling? Think about this next time. What brand are you consistently stopping for, and why are you stopping for them? And what makes them unique, and what makes them stand out against the others, right? That stupid guy. He now has a partnership. Speaking of on it, who always does those spoof videos. That red-haired guy with the ponytail. You guys seen him? What's his last name? JP Sears. You guys I have to watch, because I'm like, you just hit the nail on the head. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the functional one, but he was like, I love functional training because it helps me be more functional. And then he just keeps spoofing on like the industry and yes, oh my God, Prancercise. He made fun of Bitcoin.
I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, you as soon as you see him, you're gonna know exactly who he is. But so like just thinking about that so that you can hopefully then learn from both their content, but also the via their distribution methods, you can learn from what really catches. Because if you watch a Bud Light commercial, there's maybe a case of Bud Light in there, but it's all stupid. It's people. One of the scenes in the new commercial is some guy escapes and comes back and brings everyone Bud Light in a prison. Like he escapes the prison, comes back and brings everybody Bud Light. And another one is a scene in a medieval situation. Where he's these people are bringing presentations to the king and queen, and unless it's Bud Light, you get banished to the prison. So like, this guy's offering to solve issues, and he's like, "Did you bring Bud Light? Did you brought wine? Get out of here!" Like Bud Light. So just consistency in the message, and where you're getting that message. We spoke about life changers before. Maybe you want to give an example of what we can improve in the lives of others, because I know it's not just their bench press, their chin-ups, their sled push, their swings. What are some of the things that we can improve that don't happen here but happen elsewhere? So meaning they come here for what'd you say?
Confidence.
Okay. What else?
Awareness,
What does that mean?
meaning when they're outside of the gym, being aware of what they put in their mouth, the way they're sitting, the way they're standing, just have awareness of being present once they leave the gym.
So as a result of being exposed to a more healthy / supportive environment, they're more likely to be influenced, right? Everyone knows